Second episode opens in the 90s with Mari screaming for help. Coach is here and he's shocked that she believes he's going to kill her. Coach explains that her bone isn't broken, it's just dislocated, and he talks her through how to fix it. She does just that and manages to relocate her limb. Interestingly, we also learn here that Coach wasn't responsible for burning the cabin. He's been keeping as far away as possible from everybody. As for Shauna, she continues to slip and she heads out to the gravesite where she digs up the baby and moves the corpse to a different location. When she shows back up at camp, everyone discusses what's happened to Mary. Shauna is encouraged to head out and look for her, but she vehemently declines, given the bad blood between them. Lottie and Travis, meanwhile, want to continue getting high, with the former believing that this is the key to understanding what's happened. While looking for Mari, Misty almost walks right into the trap set by Coach. However, the real drama here is Travis, who winds up tripping once more while he's with Lottie. She believes she's doing good here, helping him see, and pushes him to carry on taking mushrooms. Travis, when he's calm and presumably sober, speaks to Lottie and explains that it doesn't want him as there's already someone else that's closer to it. Meanwhile, Coach helps Van out until he winds up tying her up completely. He doesn't trust her or the others, especially as they ate Javi. He knows he'll end up being next, so he has no choice but to take her prisoner. There's no reasoning with the girls, but he needs to formulate a plan while he does so. Coach takes Mary back to his hideout and offers a cup of hot chocolate, clearly something he found in the supplies last episode. While Mari drinks, Coach seems to be a little delirious as he starts arguing with something. Meanwhile, in present, Shauna speaks to Jeff in the morning and decides she wants to try and put the family back together. There's a big work dinner coming up, and Jeff is very close to securing a huge contract. He needs Shauna to be with her on this in order for it to go through without a hitch. However, Shauna finds her world turned upside down when Lottie shows up at her door. She's only recently been let go from psychiatric care, and she nor Jeff are particularly happy to see her. Callie, meanwhile, thinks her mum should show some empathy. After what took place in Season 2, involving the cult and Shauna almost being killed, the parents are understandably jittery about all of this. Callie calls out the hypocrisy of this, given Shauna herself is a murderer and believes she should be allowed a chance. Eventually, they concede and agree to let her stay for one night. "Don't fuck this up," Shauna says. Meanwhile, Van and Taissa seem to be doing well together, but Van is feeling a bit guilty about their dine and dash. She's going to swing by and settle their bill until she stands on a shard of glass, leaving that honor to Taissa. Van heads out to see a doctor, while Ty shows at the restaurant. Whilst there, she finds out that the waiter had a heart attack on the sidewalk. Completely inconspicuously, she just up and leaves without paying. Again. Misty has a big hangover in the morning, but Walter is here to help. That is, until Shauna rings and tells Misty to show up at hers at 6 p.m. Walter is not happy that her friends aren't really looking out for her, and Misty is quick to drop everything for them. But she shrugs it off. Misty chalks it up to a survivor bond that Walter will never understand, going on to call Shauna one of the most wonderful women she's ever met. Misty shows up that night and finds Lottie there. She soon realizes this isn't an intervention about her drinking, as she initially assumes, and that she's instead on babysitting duties while Shauna heads out for her big meal. Misty and Lottie start looking through the cabinets in Shauna's absence, but Misty isn't exactly happy about Lottie being here. Misty tries to play the parent role, but in the end, she's peer pressured to drink, and the three do just that while they hang out. As they sit and talk, Callie wants to know what this strange entity, or it, is. It's certainly not Pennywise, that's for sure, but Lottie explains that she did what she did as an offering for it. When Misty conks out, Lottie all but confirms that they did resort to cannibalism in the woods. At the meal, Shauna ends up experiencing some pretty weird moments in the bathroom, which completely unnerves her. When the lights go out and a phone is left on the back of the toilet, she believes she's being stalked. At least that's the assumption here anyway. Unfortunately, she ruins the whole night for Jeff, and eventually skips out. When Shauna heads home, she finds Misty at the table, vomiting across the tabletop. Shauna sees that she definitely has a drinking problem, but lets her drive home alone, much to the annoyance of Walter. Unfortunately, Misty kicks him out and decides to break up with the guy for being too needy. Jeff, meanwhile, confronts Shauna about what she's done. She tries to just apologize, but clearly doesn't mean it. When Jeff leaves the room, Shauna makes a call and tries to follow up on what happened at the restroom. Given it's interwoven around flashbacks involving Melissa, who winds up finding Shauna's baby in the woods, and then they end up kissing, it's assumed to be her, but we'll have to wait and see.